Welcome to Red Paddle Co. I'm George and I'm going to be talking you through the Elite 12.6 by 26 inches. Now this is an out-and-out race board designed for those who want to compete and win in the 12.6 race class. Its speed comes from its width. So at 26 inches wide, it's slightly narrower than the 12.6 by 28 inches. And that width allows you to cut through the water and increases the amount of glide and speed that you get from each and every paddle stroke. As you can see, from the midpoint all the way up to the nose, you have a really nice drawn out, sleek shape towards a very pointed, sharp nose, which allows you to cut through any chop or rough water. Whilst at the back, as you come down towards the tail of the board, you have this slightly rounded pintail towards the board, which allows the width to be carried towards the back. So it increases stability and also makes it much easier for those critical step back turns or advanced turning techniques during racing. In terms of features on this board, up the front of the board we have our patented FFC system, so forward flex control. This is a two-part carbon rod and it's inserted just after a full inflation of the board. This clips into the nose mount right at the front of the board, which also doubles up as a bit of a splitter, so if you've got any water or wash coming over the top of the board, it reduces drag and allows the water to come off the sides of the board. And then coming down, we have our accessories M8 mount, so that allows you to attach any phones or cameras or trackers that you may need whilst racing. Then coming down to the midpoint of the board, you've got your FFC lever. This allows you to apply tension to the FFC rod, which stops any flexion in the front third of the board. You've also got your two carry handles up towards the front. This makes it really easy to retrieve the board in any sprint finishes or sprint starts where you're able to drag the board out of the water at speed. Then in the midsection, you've also got your two side carry handles. These are right in the midsection of the board, so it's really nice and balanced and makes sprint starts that much easier. On the rails of the board, something that works in tandem with the FFC rod to deliver unrivaled performance and stiffness is our RSS battens. So these are two glass fibre battens which are inserted down the rail of the board and can increase stiffness by up to 40%. Now when you combine this with the FFC rod and the thickness at 5.9 inches, this board delivers unrivaled stiffness. All of our Elite boards are made using our Tec Air Process. Now this is a process that takes 72 hours for each and every board to be made and crafted in our own private facility. What that means is you can inflate your boards to those all-important pressures. We recommend inflating your board to between 15 and 22 psi. But personally, if you're going into a race, I'd always recommend that you aim to get it to at least 20 psi. Now, coming down the board, you'll see this big EVA deck pad, which has got lots of red embossed logos on it. That adds to grip, but it's also got this diamond cut, which increases the traction, meaning that if you do get any water or wash over the top of the board, you won't slip or fall during very important stages of the races. And towards the back, you'll see we've changed the cut of the deck pad right at the tail of the board. That means you know where you are when you're paddling, especially if you're stepping back, maybe if you're downwinding, catching a small wave, or if you're doing a step back turn. So you don't have to look down, you know where the back of the board is. And that's accentuated by this raised area, the kick pad, which means that you won't slip or fall off the back of the board. Then right on the tail, we have our valve and also our integrated D-ring, which allows you to securely attach a leash to the board. Now on the rails of the board, something I mentioned earlier is the RSS, the rocker stiffening system. So this is our second patented innovation on this board. And this works in tandem with the FFC rod to deliver increased stiffness. So on the underside of the board, we have our innovative nose runner fins, which aid with tracking, increase glide and stop any effect from side winds. Whilst on the back of the board, we have our US fin box, which allows you to attach any race fins that you may have. The boards come supplied with a 45-degree swept-back race fin, which stop catching up any weeds or floating debris. Now, the Elites all come as standard with our all-terrain Red Paddle Co backpack and our Titan pump to make sure you can get your board up to those all-important pressures. So to sum up, the Elite 12.6 by 26 inches is the ultimate race board for those looking to take on and win races in the 12.6 class. It is super fast and super sleek. If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop us an email, contact us on live chat, or why not request your very own personalised video. Happy paddling.